Welcome back to the catch up here on Cris Cyborg's YouTube channel. And look who's back, Cris Cyborg, back on the program. Cris, how are you?
I'm great. I'm happy coming back and the show, and nice the last shows. Thank you, James, and people. Now we guests to have our show too.
Yes, big shout out to all our guests who came and co-hosted while Cris was away in Brazil. And before we get into what Cris has been up to, because I know you've been doing a lot of things in Brazil, first just want to mention to our audience, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. We really appreciate the support. It's been an awesome year for us and this show, so we can't thank you guys enough for all the support. But I mentioned it there, Cris, you were away in Brazil. We sort of talked about that when you were away, but how was everything? Because it was pretty cool. I was checking out some of the photos. Looked like you guys got to do a lot of things down there.
You know, the first week I went to Florianopolis and visit some place, some friends. Verdun just moved to Santa Catarina, and I had the opportunity to see my family living over there and ride the horse. So we make some nice videos for people can check it out soon in my YouTube. And I had the opportunity to go see Rudimar Federico, and I talked to Murilo Ninja, who follow, MMA, know who it is. He's the first middleweight champion, the Elite XC, his fight Pride. And we have the opportunity face-to-face to him, doing a nice interview too. Soon going to be YouTube. It's nice to see the family. I saw the waterfalls too in Foz do Iguaçu. And it's beautiful. It's very beautiful. I know it's a special time, the COVID time, but I have a special time too.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about Ninja Rua because I've been following the sport for a long time. I remember watching Ninja Rua back in the day, one of the best fighters ever. What's he up to these days? Because I think he retired. I want to say it's been a while since he last fought. So how's he doing? What's he been up to?
No, he's doing great, and he's having one gym. We went over there, visit the gym, and he's teach some class there. But he's really happy. They showed his experience for all the athletes over there working, training with him. And it's nice to see him. When I started training Chito box, I met him in the beginning. I didn't know too much about MMA, and I learned a lot of things from him. He's the guy who's unbelievable cardio, train a lot, and is have a great fights. People don't know who it is, probably but if not, for sure you're gonna find some clips fights from him in YouTube. You guys check it out; it's amazing.
Yeah, highly recommend that. Like I said, people think of Shogun, who obviously for everything he's done, and he's had a great career, but Ninja who had a great career as well. So highly recommend the newer fans, if you haven't seen him, go back and check that out. One more thing on Brazil I wanted to ask you about. What's it like going back home? Because I know obviously you're a star here in the U.S., but I'm sure when you go back home as well, it must be cool for you to go back and all the success you've had, and I'm sure just getting to see family and friends, it must be so cool for you to go back.
This time is I cannot go around too much, and then I'm not tell everybody I was there because I was not allowed to do so much over there. And then
because of COVID. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
okay.
Just time to check the family and then see if everything is right. But I love to back to Curitiba and back to Brazil. I do a lot of seminars, teach you some self-defense and see the people. Usually I raise food for donation after. I always back to Brazil. I never want to raise the money for myself. I just want to return, what they did for me, all my fans. But I love back to my city, see my family and my friends.
And sticking with Brazil, we had a pretty notable Brazilian get a pretty big win last week. And the last UFC card of the year, UFC Vegas 17, Jose Aldo getting a pretty dominant win over Chito Vera. What did you think of the fight? I thought Aldo looked like in vintage form with the body shots. He looked great.
I'm really happy and excited for Jose Aldo because you see how this guy worked really hard and he's making weight 135 and doing difference. He make another story for his career, and they're gonna have the opportunity to fight for the title. And Jose Aldo for us is a big inspiration in Brazil and a big legend. Make me very excited watching him, and congratulations for the amazing victory.
Yeah, really excited about that. I hope we see him in Dillashaw next. We'll see what happens. There's a lot of big fights ahead for Aldo after winning that fight. That was an incredible performance over the weekend. And the other thing we got to talk about, Cris, is we have a new Bellator Flyweight champion, women's Flyweight champion, Juliana Velasquez getting the win over Ilima Lei Macfarlane. I assume you had a chance to catch the fight. What'd you think? Because she looks like the real deal in Bellator.
It's great performance to her, amazing flying knee. And then it's so nice because now we have 5 champions, Brazilian champions in the Bellator.
That's right.
And Douglas Lima, myself, Juliana, and it's very nice to see the other girls. Everyone now watching Bellator for sure want to be in Bellator. 5 champions represent Brazil. And in Brazil, you can watch live at ESPN. And then now we have partnership with CBS in America. It's a great opportunity for us, and I'm very, very excited and happy, and a great fight. Very good fight.
And I think it's very good for the division too. And it was great to see Ilima Lei Macfarlane dominate the division. But I like that we have a challenger now and we have a new champion where it kind of spices things up. I'm sure you felt that as well too, because I mean there was a run for years where no one was able to defeat you. So it's nice now that in Bellator there's some variety in there, and we're really excited for that. But on Ilima Lei, you've had losses in your career. What advice would you give her? Because that was the first one of her career.
For sure, it's the beginning is no fun loss a fight, but I can tell you, I learned a lot from my loss 2018. I'm not the same fighter 2018 with 2020. And, you learn a lot, you train different. I think it's about the challenge, for growing up, it's not beat you down, just you learn more, see the difference. We always have to improve. And for sure, she's going to back better than before. And this is going to make she's strength and just continue to be the amazing person she is and just work hard, and then the next time she's going to get the victory, it's a challenge. It's a sport. One day you lose and then you win, but it's the challenge. You have to see like sports and you challenge yourself and learning, get improving, getting better, and this is our challenge.
Yeah, no, very well said. And then we have another signing. I feel like every time we come on the show, Cris, Bellator signs someone new. So I think it was last week or week before, Yoel Romero signing with Bellator, a fellow Strikeforce alum. You must have been happy seeing that news with Yoel coming over.
No, so nice. Thanks and congratulations, Romero, to be here, Bellator, and now we're part of the family. And, it's amazing fighter, number 5 in the world, and it's nice to see him with us. And the one thing it's very upset too, you see he still have fights with Bellator and the UFC, and UFC released him. And just upset because when you sign your contract with one company, you make a budget, you make a plan with a family, you think about retirement, think about a lot of things. And when you get it like this, you get it released and you still have fights in your contracts, really a shock for sure. It's a shock for every fighter. But you can see too, they say they're going to release 60 fighters. I can imagine the people mind now think about this. But and then another thing you see, the Ultimate Fighter going to come back, the United States going to sign people, the Contender Series. I think it's move a little bit around, but I believe the right thing to do if you still have some fights in your contract, then should give some money for you when you leave. I think because you have to get in prepared.
I agree. And I think we're going to see more of these cuts. Like you said, there's supposed to be 60. Junior Dos Santos, I think, is a candidate. Jacare Souza, unfortunately. It's kind of a bummer, right? Because these are fighters that put time and years into the UFC, and it's as simple as, hey, we're going to cut you, right? It's kind of the cutthroat part of the business.
I think maybe then I believe they change the payments, if you get somebody from Contender Series and some, like Romero, they're going to change, let's pay good people starting now. But it's very sad because we fight a long time and, but I hope one day this is going to change. But I believe the right thing to do is to help the fighter if you still have a contract so he can put the fit right. And I hope, Romero, welcome Bellator. You're going to enjoy, and I love be there. And for sure you're going to enjoy and love too.
Yeah, looking forward to him. Looking forward to Rumble Johnson, who they signed as well. There's a lot of great additions. 2021 is going to be a really big year for Bellator, and I'm really looking forward to some of these new additions getting over there. We do have some UFC featherweight news. I know it doesn't happen often, Cris, but Amanda Nunes finally going to be defending her title against Megan Anderson. It was supposed to happen this year. They've rescheduled it to March 6th. What are your thoughts on the fight? I'm glad they kept this intact because I felt bad for Megan. She was training for this fight. It got moved. I'm glad the UFC kept their word and rebooked the fight.
I think it's going to be a very hard matchup for Megan, but I believe she's training a lot now and she should have the time to be prepared very well, for Amanda. This is her opportunity. I know it's her last fight, her contract, and, you can see UFC don't invest a lot in the 145 division anymore, you see Amanda fight one time per year, defend her title, but I believe this is the opportunity for her to do the best, and if there's something happens, she knows she's maybe we can fight each other, me and her, and maybe this fight after her last fight, I don't know what's going to happen. But we can still have this fight in Bellator. And in Bellator, the 145 division, you have a lot of girls and they have a lot of fights per year.
That was going to be my question. Do you think if Nunes beats Anderson, because she's sort of the last one left that hasn't fought Amanda Nunes yet, do you think if Amanda Nunes wins, that's it for the division? Because they're not signing any other featherweights by the looks of it, Cris.
I believe it probably is going to be the last fight, maybe 145. I don't know, but you see them on signing the girls, and you see
they don't promote it. There's like no promotion on the division either. They don't even have rankings.
Yes, I think the Felician then tried make she drop a weight on 35. I don't know, but I think then over. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's very, very interesting. All right, we got to do our Portuguese phrase of the week as we usually do. I thought I'd switch things up a bit. I know I'm going to want to watch some TV over there, even though I probably won't understand what's going on. I got a little bit of Portuguese, but if I wanted to say, let's watch TV, how would I say that?
Vamos assistir TV.
TV.
Vamos assistir TV.
TV. Okay.
Yes.
Getting better. Okay. I like that.
Yes.
How was the TV over there? Did you get to watch any when you were in the hotel room?
I am not big fan of TV, really.
Yeah.
But I don't watch too much TVs. I didn't have the opportunity to stay on TV there. I have a lot of novellas, I watch some movies, but I really no big fan to watch TV.
No, you want to be out and doing stuff. That's how you are. I know it's very, very, that's what we know about you, Cris. You can't keep you out of the gym. That's very true. A couple more things before we wrap things up here. Miesha Tate, I had the chance to talk to her, and, I was kind of playing a little middleman here because we talked about you grappling her on our show, and then I asked her the question in our interview that I did, I think 2 weeks ago. Miesha's game to do it. Is there any update on you potentially grappling Miesha Tate? Because she's all for it.
I saw she moved back to USA and she started training back, and I saw she have some couple fights I think to do in UFC. I see a lot of things. Probably my next fight is going to be MMA, I have a plan to do one boxing fight. We still work on this, but for sure I would like to do one matchup with her. It's going to be nice grappling. Maybe we can try a DCC and work and do something great. But for sure, I think this fight is great, and I'm happy, she's returning training, motivating, maybe come back and do some MMA fights too, and grappling. It's going to be nice for all women's MMA.
Yes, and next time you're at a Bellator event, if you see Chael Sonnen, maybe nudge him, say, hey, this is a big fight, see what happens there. Because that is, like we talked about this before, that's a fight that has never happened, you and Miesha, and I know it's grappling, but there's a lot of interest there, and a lot of respect, I got to say too, Cris, because talking to Miesha, she thinks very highly of you, and now with her being back in Vegas, it's even easier to do this fight, I think, now. So we'll see what happens with that. Yeah. Before we go, we had some big news as well before we left. Claressa Shields coming over to PFL, signing there, and is going to be starting her MMA career next year. Going to be training with Holly Holm, which I think is a great move because Holly also came over from boxing. What did you think of that? I was a bit surprised, I'll be honest. I didn't think we'd see her in PFL.
I hear a lot of things about where she's going. I was talking a little bit with her, but I believe like this. She's in the right place. I believe in PFL, you can see what they did with Judo Kayla. Even she's 155, fight 155. And Claressa, she's heavier. She's, you see the struggle the UFC have 145 there, and then they're maybe not going to have anymore. And you see Claressa can still find her boxing and they start improving her MMA. And I think she's in the right place. Training for Holly Holm. Holly Holm can give a lot of tips for her because she's came from boxing, and they're gonna help her improve her MMA. And I'm very excited. I hope can train together with her too. It's gonna be a pleasure help with her too. And I'm very excited to see her. And after maybe I don't know when she's gonna fight boxing back, but the one MMA fight for sure. The promotion behind her.
Yeah, I will say that I think that PFL, now that I sort of saw her sign, I think it makes sense because she's not like, it's not like she's in the UFC and she has to fight, top fighters right off the bat. PFL can build around her, which I think is good. So we can kind of see her progress. And I'm really excited for her coming over because she's in her prime right now. Yeah.
And you see how they make with Kayla, Kayla from judo. She's Olympic athlete too. And then they really help her too for she's getting better and better, is getting fight. I think they're going to do the same plan, with Claressa. She's Olympic athlete too. I think it's the right thing to go slowly and fight a couple girls and get improve her game. And it'd be amazing.
Awesome. Last question before we go. What are your plans for the holiday season? Because we got Christmas on Friday. What are you up to?
We're gonna be home and they continue quarantine. We just returned from Brazil and we still have to be in the house. But we're very excited. I see my family, everybody healthy, everybody good, and we're gonna enjoy the home with the family.
Awesome. Well, I want to thank everyone for watching here today. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. I hope all of our viewers have a great holiday season. And Cris, I'll give you the last word. Anything you want to plug?
Okay, we're gonna, everybody know the premium membership we have in my website, CrisCyborg.com. And if you would like to sign up there, we still have time. I'm going to talk to the people December 31. And you're going to be you're going to be together and talk the new things. I just had, I think, 2 days ago. And come in and enjoy the membership with us.
Yes, and it's the price of a coffee, not even, to join the membership on the site. That's CrisCyborg.com.
Even cheaper coffee.
Yes, exactly. If it's Starbucks, it's going to be even cheaper than that because that's an expensive coffee. But yeah, really great way. I know there's a lot of big Cris Cyborgs fans out there. It just gives you a little bit more incentive and a lot more access to Cris, which is really good. So love that premium service. Make sure you check that out here. And I'll say it again. Hope everyone has a very safe and happy holidays. Stay indoors, keep safe, and we'll see you guys soon.